What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Mohawk Motors. My name is Jason. Today we're going to take care of that straight pipe cackle and the exhaust from the 60 CUCV. If you remember from the first drive video, I mentioned that it had that weird cackle. I was hoping the turbo would do enough muffling, but it didn't. So we're going to get a 4-inch racing muffler put onto this thing. And this is what we've got to work with here. So this is a Dynamax 4-inch straight through race muffler, low profile. It's only 5-inch total outside diameter, but you can see it's 4 inches straight through, nothing in there, nothing to block the flow. So I feel good about putting this on. I really hope it'll take that straight pipe cackle out of the exhaust at wide open throttle and when I'm off the throttle. But hopefully it'll still keep the grumble from the V8. So we're going to get the straight section pulled out of the truck, bring it in here in the garage, and get the muffler welded in. Well, it occurred to me while I'm under here and the transmission and transfer case are out, this is a good opportunity to show you the exhaust in its entirety. So you can see where it comes down along the side there. There's actually like a little factory heat shield here, which is kind of nice. Whoops, there's the dipstick tube. So the exhaust comes down, makes a little bend, tucks back up, and then follows more or less straight all the way back until it tucks up over the wheel, over the axle, and then dumps out at the back. So I'm going to take this section that runs from here to there. I'm going to take this section out. We're going to weld the muffler in right here. Most important part of this is going to be getting it in there straight. But I don't think we'll have too much trouble. So let's do it. Okay, we got our straight section out. We're going to put the muffler, I want the center of the muffler right here where I put this little rub mark. So we'll measure the length of the muffler. We'll measure that same length. We'll mark it here on our pipe. And then we'll get those pieces cut out with the chop saw. Hopefully nice and straight so we can just butt weld that muffler right back into it. Easier said than done, right? This is why I always double check things. As listed, as explained, it was said that this is a 4-inch weld-in muffler. Now, what they don't tell you is the ends will slip over a 4-inch exhaust pipe. What that means is, if I had cut it how I planned to just butt weld at each end, I mean, I still could have done it, it would have been okay, but it would have been more challenging to get it exactly straight. But these ends will slip over my 4-inch exhaust pipe. So what I'm actually going to do is cut it so I have about 1 inch of overlap on each side, where this pipe can slide into the muffler, and that'll make it way easier for me to keep this nice and straight like I need it to be. So I'm glad I checked that before I started cutting things. It probably just saved me a lot of headaches. Okay, I've got my pipe cut. I realized as I was finishing making the second cut that I didn't give myself any kind of reference line to make sure that I got the hangers back in the correct orientation with each other. So I guess the easiest way for me to do this at this point is going to be get the muffler, get the ends slid up into the muffler to the correct depth, go stick it back on the truck to make sure my hangers are in the right orientation with each other, and then bring it back in here to weld it. So I added a step for myself, but it's not that big a deal. I can still correct it. So let's get these ends slid in. Now they banged up this one end a little bit in shipping, so I may have to adjust that a bit with a hammer. And I can't find any markings or instructions of if there's a specific direction for gas flow through this muffler, so I'm just going to assume it doesn't matter. It's not like there's anything inside of it that makes a difference, right? So I'll get this slid back onto these pieces of pipe, and then I'll go test fit it in the truck to make sure I have the hangers in the right positions. I did try to hammer this back out a little bit already. Hey! There we go, right up to my mark. That side right to the mark. Okay. So I'll go get this test fit into the truck. I'll make some marks to make sure that I can get everything clocked and lined up the right way. And then I'll bring it back in and weld it. All right, we got our reference lines drawn. Got one going this way to make sure the muffler is straight. Two going this way to make sure it's clocked correctly. And then same on the other side. One drawn around the perimeter to make sure it's straight. And then three to line up and make sure it's clocked correctly. So I'm going to get a couple tacks on this side. Then I'll get this piece slid together, get a couple tacks on there, and then I'll weld it all the way around. Okay, so we're all welded up, cooled down. So I'm gonna get this thing poked back up in the truck. Hopefully it goes pretty smoothly. everybody. Well, we got it back on there. Clamps all tightened up, exhaust all up where it needs to be, muffler welded in. Let's see how this thing sounds. See if it really made any difference. At idle, it might not have. I think it did tame it down just a little bit. Alright everybody, that's it for this video. Pretty quick and easy install on that one. A little bit of welding, a little bit of fit up. Overall no trouble though. We won't know for sure if it took the cackle out until I get the transmission back in and can get it out on the road and get some heavy pulls on it. But for now I'm happy. I still have the idle sound that I like, and I think it's going to be a good addition to the exhaust system. So thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Hope you found this helpful. If you haven't already, make sure you subscribe. It really helps the channel out, and it'll make sure you know as soon as we post a new video. And until the next video, take care.